Hey everybody, it is Andrew back here, and today I want to dedicate this video to just going over the new pay structure at Vipkid. And the reason why I want to touch on this today is because I think, if I had a guess, this is going to come into effect sooner or later, or maybe sooner rather than later, for all teachers. Now, as we know, this is just rolling out to the new teachers, but keep in mind that Vipkid only has to give existing teachers 30 days notice and they can start implementing this new pay structure. So what I think may take place very soon is, as things normalize or relatively normalize in China, which things are starting to get a little more stable there now, thankfully, then I think Vipkid is going to implement the new pay structure. So if I had a guess, I would think this is going to happen within the next few months, that they're going to trigger this new pay structure for all teachers. So those that are just renewed contracts, everyone, this is going to roll out. If I had a guess, and I don't know, but if I had a guess, I would say within the next few months. So let's go into this today. I'm going to double barrel the whiteboards today, so I'm going to go into a lot of numbers today and show us into very easy to understand numbers. Unlike the Go-Go Kid pay structure, which is opaque and you really have no idea how to get to the next level, Vipkid has made theirs very easy to understand, and I want to make it even easier for you. So if you can, do like my videos. That does make my day. Come back, subscribe, see what I have going on next. I try to do videos every few days. Go out, scour the internet, bring back some good information, give credit where credit is due, and give that to you as well. So without further ado, let's go into it. So I will first put in just the pay structure so you can take a look at, and let's describe this very quickly. So as you'll see, they go into, on the far left hand side, how many classes have you taught to date? So that is key. Next we go into, on the top part, we look at how many classes are you teaching per month. This is really the key part of it. So yes, it is important how many classes you've taught to date, but the real crux of your pay is going to be how many classes are you teaching per month. So a key example here that I'll say is, for example, 1,000 classes. If we look at that on the pay structure, we will see for 1,000 classes that you've taught to date, and we look over to, let's say, 100 classes for the month. This is a tiered structure. So what I mean by that is, for your first 20, you will get an extra 80 cents. So you'll now be making $8.80. For the next 20, you will be at $9.20. For the next 20, you will be at $9.60. For the next 30, so that's going up to class 90, you will be up to $9.80. And for that 10 more classes there to get you to 100, you will be in the next tier of $2.20, which would mean $10.20, which would mean a raise for those classes. Let me break this down now into easy to understand math. Okay, so let's take a look now at the different structures here. So here is the pay structure here, and really the key thing here is how many classes you are teaching to date. So what I've done here is I've done based on if you've taught, let's say, between 800 and 1,500 classes to date. So this is what your pay would look like based on that structure. So you can see me breaking it down here. The key to the whole thing is going to be how many classes you've taught during the month. So for me, I'm looking at this bottom number especially to see how many more classes am I going to teach past 50 plus 40, 120, 180. Once I get past 180, I'm into this new level here, and I really need to bang up as much as I can right into here. So the key to this is to know, what is the break-even point? How much am I going to make if I'm only teaching 45 classes a month? How much am I going to make if I'm teaching 100? Well, glad you asked. Let's now take a look at my next bulletin board or chalkboard or whatever, whiteboard, here are some key numbers for you. So I've broken this down into different areas. And again, this is based on if you've taught between 800 and 1,500 classes. But honestly, even if you've taught 100 classes or 2,500, these numbers are not going to change much. And the reason being is because it's not as important how many you've taught to date. It is more important on how many you are teaching in a given month. That is where the numbers become a little more sensitive. So even if you've taught 100 classes or you've taught 2,500 classes, honestly, you can change my numbers maybe by 10 cents per class, maybe no more than that. It's not very sensitive when it comes to that. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's look at the first example. If you've taught 45 classes, or if you're teaching typically 45 classes, and I've picked that number because I know a lot of teachers will probably just try to get to 45 classes to get that extra $1 per class. So I'm sure there's a lot of teachers that are out there that are working part-time and just trying to nail that 45. If you are now teaching 45 in the new pay structure, you have now taken a pay cut. You are now going to make $9.07 roughly per class. That's compared to getting 10 right now with the $2 extra there for showing up and teaching 45 classes or more per month. Okay, let's look at the next example. If you're teaching 100 classes per month, now you're making $9.50, so you've just taken a 50-cent pay cut. Not as big of a pay cut, but still a pay cut. If you're going to teach 220 classes per month, that is where you break even in this new system if you are between 800 and 1,500 classes. But like I said, even if you've taught 400 or you've taught 2,500, it really doesn't matter too much. You're still at a break even at roughly 220. So what that means is you're indifferent. So once you get to roughly 220 classes per month, so that means you need to be doing this full time, more or less, because no one's going to get there 220 per month unless you are full time. That's where you are break even. So the key thing to this new pay structure is that the part-time people are taking it on the chin. That is just in the numbers. It's a fact. Now, for me, I'm trying to get to, or where I'm trying to hang in at, is roughly 300 classes. For me, I'm actually getting a good deal in this. I've taught roughly, I think 750 classes, somewhere in there so far to date. One thing to keep in mind is that when you go to My VIP Kid, it is not that number. That number does not include your supplementary courses. So just keep that in mind. For me, I believe I'm about 100 classes off of that. So what I've taught to date, I've taught about 100 extra supplementary courses. If you want to find out your exact amount of courses, you can send in a ticket to VIP Kid and they will tell you. But that is the key number, not what's on My VIP Kid. So just keep in mind that that is under reflecting how many classes you've taught to date by a little bit, depending on how many supplementary courses that you've taught. So for me anyways, I'm in the bracket here of trying to get to roughly 300, and that means 10-20 per class on average. And again, I'm doing the tiered calculations, of course, but 10-20 is what it comes out to. So I'm getting roughly a 20-cent pay increase as a result of that. So those are the key things to keep in mind in terms of your pay going forward. This is a key reason on why I think there's going to be more and more teachers coming back to VIP Kid. VIP Kid was smart on their side to do this because it's really rewarding the teachers who teach a lot with VIP Kid each month. So what that's going to end up doing is it's going to end up flooding the teachers back to VIP Kid. And if you looked at my last video, I talk about a headwind that we're facing. Well, here's another one. This is going to be ongoing as this pay structure rolls out in the coming months, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but that would be my guess. In the coming months, this is going to bring more and more teachers back to VIP Kid, I do believe. So, let me know what you think of the new pay structure. Leave some comments with it. Where are you at? Do you think a lot of teachers are going to end up coming back to VIP Kid and teaching more and teaching less elsewhere, like Go Kid, where I can't figure out what the heck's going on there in terms of pay structure and how you stay in certain levels. Anyways, let me know what you think, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Talk to you soon. Bye.